Zordon, I'm on my way. Hey guys, welcome back to another cosplay review. Hopefully you got the chance to watch my White Ranger review that was posted recently. I was very excited about this one, but this one was more highly anticipated just because of the fact I've always wanted one that was of a higher quality that I've never actually owned before. I've owned different versions that were animated, but before we get into it, sorry guys, I'm actually missing something. Oh. Better. Okay, now that you kind of have an understanding of what that is, let's get straight into this. Again, super excited about this. Thor cosplay is something I've wanted to try for a very long time. And as I mentioned in the prior video, I have an animated version that's very bulky, padded and buffed. It's really fun and cool. It comes with a cool plastic helmet that was of good high quality grade, which I was impressed with. But it's not as cool as this. So this cosplay is from Thor Dark World, one of my favorites actually in the MCU. This one is of a higher cost, and I'm not sure if that's due to the amount of accessories that are part of this cosplay with Sim, but it is higher. So hoping that that also upgrades the quality. And again, this is another review by SimCosplay. So let's hop straight into this. Super excited. Very excited. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you've had a chance to maybe browse that website, find some things that you would like me to try, or things that you've tried and reviewed yourself. I would love to hear about it. Drop a comment in the below in the comment section. Okay, they know how to pack these down every time. Every time. Oh, of course. And then more plastic. Oh, it's like shrink wrapping almost. Oh, we got a pre-tear here, so this will work out just fine. Okay, this actually arrived 4 days early. Today is Friday, and it wasn't supposed to come until Monday. And I work on Mondays, so that's fantastic that it got here and I can actually mess with it tonight and get a faster unboxing review going. So this is going to be amazing. This is one I've been wanting to try for a while. Just hadn't gotten around to it. There's so many other things that I wanted to do. And again, just haven't gotten around to it yet. So I guess here's an initial look. I have extra name on it. That's kind of cool. So here's all the accessories. Here's the full cosplay that's completed. And of course it comes with the chest piece, the boots, the gauntlets. The underneath, this is kind of the shirt, so to speak, the long sleeve that goes underneath the chest armor. And then of course the cape, which gets me every time. I love Thor's cape. So this is going to be really cool. And since they are stacked very neatly, I guess we can start with the cape. This is really nicely packed. So, okay. So this fabric, I wouldn't call it a fleece. How would I call this? I'm not sure. So of course this is the cape. Of course it has the representing some of the worlds of Asgard, some of the realms as they call it. And this is kind of heavier but not too bad. Even has something sit over the shoulder so it properly hangs and gives that kind of the hump that you find in his actual armor in the movies. So this is kind of cool. This is more of a, I'll have to think about this. I'm not, like, the name of this type of fabric is on the tip of my tongue. I just can't seem to get it out right now. So pretty cool. And this is about, oh goodness, this is probably about 6 feet long. So this will come down. So another cosplay you definitely often see, especially with the cheaper stuff, if you get it at a Spirit Halloween or if you get it at Party World or something like that, that the capes are often too short. Say in Batman or Superman, you find them maybe they're, maybe down to the back of your thigh, maybe to the knee, but not full length as a lot of these should be. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad that they paid attention to that. That to me is a big part of it. I like the accuracy. Okay, so here's the pants. Wow. That's cooler than I anticipated, honestly. So this reminds me very much of the Kylo Ren cosplay. This is a pleather. And it's got the scaly silver look as his costume does in the movies. And I like the detail that they have. They actually paid attention to the little details that are within this costume because they went the extra mile. I mean, a lot of places would just give you black pants and call it good because a lot of people focus on the upper body, but they really did. So I'm already starting to see the value here. And they look stretchy, which is good. Not too much give, but it is there. And these even have loopholes for belts, which is good for anybody that, has issues with that. Maybe, your waist, or, maybe you don't have a butt and it doesn't hang on very well. That happens. So here's the back. See, it just adds a couple of extra things that I think is great. I think that's so important, the attention to detail. But pretty cool. Pleather, so you will be warm in these. I'll tell you that right now. Running around these for hours, it's going to get warm inside them for sure. Okay, now we move to the upper body piece. Now this reminds me a lot of the Kylo Ren cosplay in the sense that this is going to be an under piece, and then you're going to place the chest armor over it. So it's going to be a 2-layer process. And it's a pullover, which I kind of like because zipping is hard and buttoning and whatnot. Those things can come undone. So I kind of prefer that. It has a really cool, I don't know, I think they did a really good job replicating this. If anybody remembers the first Thor movie when he died and then he came back, he got his armor and it just slowly just formed its way back on his arm. That's what I really feel like this does a good job of representing that. And this isn't too much different from the first Thor film. Just some minor changes in sort of the chest armor really. But so pleather here, just a little bit on the outside. Padded on the inside, and this is it's a little thinner in the middle, which is good because I think it'll make it more breathable, especially when you're wearing the chest armor. This is a thinner material, so I think that will create a little bit more breathability when you're wearing it for however long. So that's important. I guess we'll find out once I actually do the the wearing it review how it fits. Initially, I think it's going to do well. I think it's perfectly lengthened. The arms appear to be in order, so that's good. I can't wait to try this on, but I definitely want to get a review out to you guys early because I've been super excited about this one. Okay, ooh, look at this. So it looks like the chest armor has Velcro. Just now figuring that out, so this is interesting. So I'm assuming this goes over the front chest plate. What do we have next? Okay. So these are the initial gauntlets that will set over your arms. Just like this. So this is a 2-piece. Oh, it's actually Velcro as well, so you can make sure that it sits nicely. So as you know, if you've paid that much attention to the films, there's always a bit of the sleeve hanging out in the cosplay, in the costume, where you can see almost as it's underneath some armor. And of course this gauntlet here will be surrounded by one of these, which is also Velcro, which I think this one's a little bit easier because you can stretch it and you can make it tight and you can really control it. But essentially it'll sit just like this over your arm, and then you'll have over this, so it's going to get really warm. You're talking about 3 layers over just your chest piece alone. So I imagine try not to wear too much underneath it or try to get a breather every now and then, but this is going to be a very, very warm cosplay, which doesn't bother me. I mean, if you're having as much fun as I do at Comic Cons, you're not even really thinking about burning up or whatever. You might be thinking about food at some point, but that's really not too big of a deal. So I will say that even though this is a pleather type, they're doing a really good job at adding in the details still. At every piece, you're seeing this, and it's giving this really amazing illusion of a reality of an armor look or a metal or a steel. So especially from a distance, this is gonna be hardly noticeable. Love the buckle idea. I think the buckle idea is fantastic because it kind of gives you that idea of that strap it in, tough gauntlet look. You've seen things like that in Lord of the Rings and other medieval type films, which is very mythical, is Thor. So pretty cool. take a look at this, just a Velcro. And it looks like it has a little bit of adjustability there, about an inch roughly. So if you need a little more or a little less flex space, you got it. So this goes over your shoulders. These are the buttons to where your cape is going to button in. There are buttons on the top of it. I don't know if you guys saw that initial spot, but these will button over. So this is going to go, looks like you're going to put your arm straight through and it's going to hang over your back. And then it's going to come over just like this. And then you can, so this is great. So when you're not actually ready to wear your cosplay yet, and you want to make that last heavy piece something you want to do, you know, as the very last thing, you can wait. And then you can just button it in when it's time. So that's cool, especially for if you're doing it yourself, you don't have anybody helping you out, you need to drive to your Comic-Con or whatever event you're attending. That's cool because you can just wear the initial costume and then button this on when it's time. So pretty cool. Didn't expect that either. There's more accessories than I really anticipated on this, so putting it on should be very, very interesting. I believe this is more of the chest piece, or maybe even the back. There's going to be a lot of, yeah, more buttons. There's going to be a lot to this, I think. This would explain why it's so much more. So this is interesting too, a little bit of cloth behind it. Maybe that's just for comfort. Maybe you're not chafing into all kinds of plastic and whatnot. Interesting. So yeah, again, you saw the photo here. Let's take a look at it again. They show you a lot here, but there are a lot more accessories than what is shown. A lot of it goes to the chest piece, some of it goes to the bottoms and whatnot. So I really have to get this on and toy around with it before I can give you a really solid review of how a lot of this stuff works. But, you know, upon initial look, this is really cool. It's just, I've never seen a so complex piece of cosplay. So I believe these are part of the bottoms. Again, you're going to have a little bit of an armored look towards the bottom, even over the pants that you're wearing. So these, I believe, you'll just step into. More Velcro, which is simple and helpful. With that type of thing, when it comes to the waist and whatnot, I'm usually okay with that. Especially since it's got about 2 inches, so more leeway. Once again, that's so important because even when you get your measurements right, you know, sometimes you're in a state of flux, or, you know, you lose some weight, pick up some weight, and it's still there. You're not necessarily gonna grow in or out of it. So pretty cool. So again, ton of detail. So many little complex pieces here. I mean, we're just finding more and more. This is going to be a very, very complicated front spot. So okay. So here is, wow, I'm gonna do this right now just because look at that. So here's kind of be the finishing deal. So now you're talking about 4 layers on this cosplay. So I really wouldn't worry when I'm wearing this and there's so much in between, because there is not going to be, once I get this shirt, the padding underneath, getting the buckles clipped on for the cape, there is so much to the chest alone. Wow. Definitely wait until it's just about time to go, because I can't imagine sitting in this for any longer than you have to. Of course, me, I'm a geek, and I'll probably do a daddy-daughter day with this one day and just run around town with it and just be a complete geek. So that'll be fun. But this is so cool. I am very, very excited about this just because, again, Thor is just something that I've always wanted to do. And looks like there's pretty good quality here. This is a type of foam that are representing the realms, but it's on tight. It looks good. Looks like this is even here for adjustments. More Velcro on the back, so you can kind of pick and choose how much leeway you want, how much space you want to take up. That's only on the top, not on the bottom. Wow, so cool. Boy, I can't wait to actually get into this. So, okay, this is the last of the actual armor and pants and whatnot. The next thing we're gonna go into the boots here in just a second. But I'm still admiring this a little bit just because it's so amazing. This is something that I just want to do for so long. Just more and more pieces. This is, I mean, my goodness, this is almost like doing Legos and building off of a diagram, like a puzzle. There's so many parts to this. But this really does look worth it because this means they've just put that much more effort into it. This isn't a one or a two piece and then you're done. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Pretty excited about that. Oh, you can just put it right off the shoulder. How about that? So on the back, same thing. It's literally just like putting on some armor. Just, and I like, even though it's not leather, it just gives a really grand appearance of that. It just, you know, people underestimate pleather. They really do because the illusion is so fantastic. And it has everything you need. And look at all this detail, the lines, the breaks, the buttons, everything. Got the realms included. It just looks fantastic. This is definitely more than I anticipated. So we'll see how this goes. This is really exciting cosplay. It is. I can't wait to try it out. So the next part we're going to move to is the boots. And I meant to check my email before I started this video to see when I sent them my measurements if I went a size down in the boots again, or if I actually went a size down. Because as you've watched in my other videos, I always order them in the size that are my normal shoe size, and then they don't end up fitting. These might be a size smaller, who knows. So as usual, these have a different sole. These are almost like cleats, so that's kind of interesting. As usual, the sole is very formed, but the rest is flexible. So this is the stuff that I don't really care for usually on the cosplay, is I like that snug fit. But they still put detail into the boots. They're not just some standard black boots. They actually go with the look. They paid attention. They at least put some design to you know, just to flow with it. I hate when things get generic. You kind of get lazy. You're like, oh, I'm just going to give you a pair of black boots and call it good because nobody's looking there. Well, the person wearing it is looking there, and so I do pay attention to those types of things. So I'm glad that when they make these boots, they tailor them. They do. And like the White Ranger ones, they zip. So that is a lot of hassle marked off, but you're going to get all that back right there in the chest armor. So that should be interesting. So that is it for the unboxing. Again, this is Thor: The Dark World Cosplay by SimCosplay. Look for a review in the coming days, maybe a week. I do have some other projects I'm working on that I also got to get uploaded. But if you like this review, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Tell me what you would want to see in future cosplay projects. Check out their website, simcosplay.com, very easy. They are adding new material all the time. I was excited to find that they actually added a Green Ranger recently. All they had was all the Mighty Morphin, and they actually had a Dino Thunder Black, which is Jason David Frank, which it's kind of funny because it's the single costume from a series that's 12 years later, and then they went back and made the green and the white. So those are available, as well as many other Marvel, DC, anime, and several other things I'm really not even familiar with. So let me know. Let me know what you think. Let me know things that you think I should try out. Anything that I might look cool in. Some, if you have character likenesses or whatnot, you say, hey, you might fit this. I think Winter Soldier is also on there. Definitely want to try that out sometime. But that will do it for today. So thank you so much for visiting this channel, for supporting it, for dropping your comments, liking, subscribing. If you're even really liking it, turn on notifications, get the updates. I'm happy to engage with each one of you. Ask me questions. Tell me what you think. I'm grateful. I guess I'll put it that way. I'm super grateful that you guys take some time out of your day to come and visit my channel and watch these cosplay reviews. So thank you so very much, and we'll see you next time.
Dragon Thor!